Oh, they're here. Good morning. Assalamualaikum. Can you please say hi, say good morning to the comment section if you're listening to me? Say hi, say good morning, say ohayo gozaimasu, whichever language it is. Assalamualaikum. Good morning. Okay, thank you so much, Sophie, for responding. The rest of you, how are you? Very good morning. I can see there are 4 of you live viewing this online class. What about the rest? I hope you're not having any problem. Okay. Are you guys all in the lab at FTMK? I hope you're at the lab. Okay, because you may be required to do some pair works for today's class, right? Because I've been thinking that, since you are required to be in the class, so I might as well arrange for some pair work so that you can, well, in a way, get to know each other more, okay? Because if you don't know each other, it's going to be awkward for you to continue with your classes. Okay, there's technical problem. Okay. I actually expect this because this is the first online class, right? So I guess Mr. Hafiz, is it? Mr. Hazri is helping you there, right? Okay, while waiting, I will just inform you that I have uploaded, I have updated, okay, our ULearn for this course, okay, ULearn for Diploma Foundation English. Okay, you may have a look. I have uploaded the teaching plan, which is a very important document for you to keep, for you to track your learning, okay, to see that you have all the notes, you are informed about all the items taught in the course, right? Okay, perhaps it's a good idea for me to just share the teaching plan. Okay, I'm going to share the teaching plan here. Okay. So it's going to okay. I have here the teaching plan for Foundation English. Okay, let's just go through the items that you will learn this semester for this subject. Right? Can you say yes if you can view this teaching plan? Can someone please say yes if you can view this teaching plan? No. Okay. Uh, yeah, we're gonna do this. Can I have one person to be on the screen together with me so I can see what's happening over there? Okay, I'm going to invite. I'll put it on the WhatsApp group. Okay, and then you may enter the live session so that I can know, I can be updated of what's happening in the lab. Okay, link chat already on WhatsApp. The link allows, I think, maximum 6 persons to join me. So maybe 1 or 2 persons, 1 or 2 students.
If you want to join me, you need to be using Android, your mobile phone or your laptop. Okay. For iOS, you need to have a certain version for you to use your handphone with StreamYard. Here, can you see the teaching plan? Can you see the teaching plan? We start with writing and then speaking and then reading comprehension. Only 3 skills for foundation English. Forbidden one, you still cannot see the teaching plan? Small. Oh, okay. Small. Ah, I see. What about this one? Is it still small? Is it clearer? Is it clearer now? Okay. Okay. Thank you for responding. All right. Okay. First item is writing. Okay. For writing tasks, you are going to write a report. Okay, a report. So it's going to be a report writing task. Okay. For the report assessment, it is going to be a writing test. So the date will be decided. We are going to have the test simultaneously with the other students taking foundation English. All right. So we will spend around 3 weeks for writing. Okay. I'll explain to you the items that you will be learning for writing. Okay. And then we will have speaking. Okay. For speaking, you will actually do the test in groups. Okay. I will divide you into groups of 4 members where you have to share your thoughts on certain topics, certain question given, okay, during the test. So for the classes, you'll be practicing how to deliver certain social functions. Okay, for example, how you can actually give suggestion to show agreement or disagreement to a topic. Okay, how you are actually going to conduct a group discussion. Okay, everything will be taught during this part of the course, and finally it will be reading comprehension. Reading comprehension is something similar with what you have learned for SPM. Okay, we have text, reading text. Reading text can be in different genres. You may have something like news article, a factual article, or a brochure. Okay, and then you will have to answer multiple choice questions A, B, C. Okay, options will be given to you, and then you will answer. All of this will be done online. Okay, you will be given a survey form. It's not survey form, it's Microsoft form. So you will sit for the test online. Okay, so this one will be considered as your final assessment. Okay, so writing test 30%, okay, group discussion 30%, and reading task is slightly bigger percentage, 40%. Eh, cannot see ke? Ayo. Hmm. This one, can you see? No, can you see it? Now you can see it, right? Ah, okay, better now lah. I can see from my handphone. Now you can see it, right? Okay, thank you, Stephen. All right. Okay. So, are you now clear about what you're going to do this semester for this subject?
So, are you now clear?
I hope you're
About
clear.
what you're going?
All right. So, now set your mind. There are three courseworks, three assessments. Yeah, you have report writing, speaking, reading. Okay, I particularly requested for speaking to be done the second or the last assessment because I find that diploma students they need more time to warm up, okay, to speak up. Previously, we used to have the speaking test as the first test. So what happened was students were not ready, students were not warmed up yet. So we had problem to get the best out of our students that time. So Alhamdulillah, this time we managed to arrange speaking test to be the second test. All right. Okay. So you may find this teaching plan for further check on your ULearn. I have already uploaded to your ULearn. Okay, it's under Foundation English. All right. Now let's get to our item for today, which is Introduction to Foundation English. We are doing writing today. Okay, so I'm going to share with you this slide. Okay, this is my slide for report writing. Okay, you can see it, right? Okay, so for report writing, some of you may have seen some wet questions. Okay, for wet, you do have one writing task, which is report writing. Okay, but for this course, we have toned down the difficulty of report writing a bit. Okay, because this class is not meant for wet. No, it is not for MUET class. Okay. So we have toned down a bit. We have made it a bit easier for you. Okay. In terms of the skill, it has been decreased. Okay. All right. Let's go to our first subtopic, which is interpreting non-linear text and also understanding graphic aids. Oh, there's a typo here. It's supposed to be aids, AIDS. All right. Okay. Now, when you are interpreting data, there are basically two types of data. One is linear and another one is non-linear. Okay. Can anyone tell me any idea what what do we refer to as non-linear text? Any idea, anyone? Can someone comment? Linear or non-linear text? Remember, when you have online class, you can always go to Google, okay, to assist you in your learning. Don't be afraid to check with Google. You can always use. What is non-linear text? What is linear text? Anyone can have a try. Any idea? Linear text, non-linear text. Or maybe you can give some examples. what are examples for non-linear text? And what about linear text? Any idea? No one? Okay, I have something here. Okay, something that can actually explain to you what are linear and non-linear text. Okay, so we're going to see some examples. Make it bigger. Okay, so we are going to differentiate linear and non-linear text. Okay, these two are two different categories, right? So, and then we are going to have some examples of linear and non-linear text for clearer, definition to you. And we're going to interpret what is non-linear text. Okay, so for linear text means everything comes in line. And normally the reading text are presented within the straight lines. Okay, so remember, linear means line. Okay, whereas for non-linear, it's graphical. It's in the form of visuals. Okay, the reading texts are not presented within long straight lines. Okay, so what can you imagine now? Okay, for linear text, they are actually text from newspaper, books. Okay, what else? Online articles. Those are all linear texts. Okay, while for non-linear text, what do you have? We have things in tables, okay, or bar graph, okay, line graph, pie charts, flow charts, pictures, and diagrams. So the information is not given in lines, right? Because they are given in graphic form, visual forms. Okay, if you have a pie chart, you have a circle, and then you have slices. We have portions of items, right? So the information that you get is not through lines of words. Okay, so that's how you define non-linear text. So for your report writing, okay, you will be given non-linear text. Meaning in the question you'll be given, it can be a table consisting of a few information. It can be a bar graph showing a comparison of maybe sales or comparison of the genres of favorite books by students. Okay. Uh, Pertaminda, yes, it's an example of non-linear. Yeah, non-linear because it's in graphic form, right? Okay, very good. Specific information. Specific information, are you referring to non-linear? Because linear text is also specific information. So that is not very clear if you say specific information. Never mind, but good try. Forbidden one, alamak. I would prefer you to use your own name, okay? Because it's good for me to discover students are actively involved in class. Okay, so if I can see your names, that will be better. Because I don't want who is this forbidden one, kan? Okay, so non-linear, these are some examples. You can see here we have, what do you call this? Okay, you need to be able to mention what kind of visual this is. So what is this? Anyone would like to try? You have bar, and then you have this one, you have name of countries, right? And then here you have number of phones per 100 people. Okay, it's a graph, but specifically what kind of graph? When you talk about graph, there are many kinds of graph. Yeah, it's a bar graph. So this is a bar graph. So when you write your report, you have to mention the bar graph above mentions what. Okay, so you need to be able to distinguish what visual is given in the question. You have to mention that. Yes, very good. Ranisha Anandan bar graph, yeah? Okay. But be careful with your spelling. Okay, GRAF is in BM. Okay, so spelling in English is GRAPH. Okay, remember because this is in language subject. So when you do your test later, your spelling, your sentence structure, all will be taken into consideration. Okay. What else do we have? Okay. This is obviously this is a pie chart. Okay. So normally when do you use pie chart? Hmm? When do you use pie chart? When you want to show portion, right? We want to show which one is the biggest portion, which one has the least portion. So by using pie chart, you can see the difference. You can see the comparison. Okay, so but of course when you want to decide to use pie chart, you need to make sure that the data is suitable to use pie chart, right? Okay, next, what do we have here? It is a graph, but what is the name of the graph? Any idea? We don't have, just now we have bar, right? That one we call bar, like magnet bar kan? Okay, but this one, you plot it according to the data and then you connect all the dots. So what do you call this graph? Yeah, Stephen, it is line graph. It's line graph. Okay, so mention it in your report writing. The line graph above depicts what? Okay, the next sentence, to complete the sentence, we'll talk about it later. Okay, now it's only for you to discover what are the kinds of visuals that you will most likely have in your exam. Okay. Examples of linear text, as mentioned just now, information from lines, right? So you have books, reports, letters, news report, anything in lines, in paragraphs. Okay, these are the examples. You know, you get information from books, textbooks, novels, and what is this? From letters. It can be personal letter, formal letter. This is some part of an extract of news, okay, in the newspaper. And then this is the typical question given for your test. For example, you are expected to write a short linear text of 150 to 200 words based on, it can either be one of these. Okay, bear in mind for Moet, normally you would have around 2 or 3 different visuals. That's why I said for this subject, we have toned it down. We have made it easier for you. So for this course, you are only given one visual. So it's easier for you to analyze. Okay. But for the real Moet, you are given 2 or 3 visuals. Pening kan? Okay, so thank God for this course, because this course is not actually to cater for Moet, right? We are just equipping you with the skills that you basically need for your diploma studies. Okay, right. We look at some examples. Study the following examples of non-linear text and see how this can be analyzed to extract only the relevant information. So normally, when you're given the visual, what you have to do is you have to study the visuals first. Okay, what are the components involved? Okay, what is the topic? Okay, and then you need to also check what are the measurement, the units involved. Is it in kilometer? Is it in ringgit Malaysia? Is it in what else are the measurements? Is it in uh, byte, if you're talking about something related to technology? Is it in minutes, in hours? All right, so it can be anything. Okay, because questions can be very uh, It can be very challenging. Okay, let's look at this one. Okay, tell me what is the visual given here? What's the visual here? Is it a pie chart? No, obviously it's a graph, right? It's a bar graph, right? Okay, it's a bar graph. And then what's the topic for the non-linear text? What's the topic? Anyone? What's the topic? Arts world bar graph. Yes, good. It's a bar graph. Uh-huh. So what is the topic for this particular non-linear text? It's a non-linear text, right? What's the topic? Very good, Stephen. Most used technology. Okay. So normally all the information will be provided in the question. You just have to study the visual, the graphics. Okay. So you can see the topic or the title will typically be on top of the visual. Okay. And then you can see the axis. Okay. XX and XY. Okay. For X, for X, what are the items involved? Part C X. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6, right? Okay. We have computer, TV, telephone, radio, iPod, and webcam. So these are the most used technology. All right. What about Y? What information is given to us? Part CY, what information is given? The number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until 9, right? But what is the exact measurement? What is the exact measurement? Okay, we are talking about number of users. Very good. Okay, and let's say for TV, is it only 6 persons? No, but it is 6 million, right? Okay, so be very careful with the unit there, with the measurement. Okay, they will always be put in brackets. So always check that thoroughly. Okay, so when you put it into your report writing, you don't miss out the unit or the measurement. You don't put it as 6 students like to use TV. Okay, that would be wrong because it's far different, right? 6 compared to 6 million. Okay, so this one is very important for you not to miss out. All right. Okay. All right. We have new names coming in. Very good. Hang on. I'm having an urgent call here. Hello. 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 Ayo. Morning time. Give me a minute. Ayoh, mana ni? Ada wiyah, ada wiyah. Bilik mesyuarat. Okay. Can you hear me now? Now can, ah? Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay, thank you. So I shall continue. Okay, and this is a flow chart. Okay, this is a flow chart. Right. A flowchart is also a form of non-linear text, okay? And you can also find this in the form of infographics. Nowadays, I think you're aware of the term infographics, okay? Where normally people share information in graphical forms, okay? So that it's more appealing, it is more interesting, okay? So what you have to do is you have to understand how to read the flowchart. Where does it start, okay? How's the flow like? Okay, so when you get your question, you cannot straight away start to write your report. Okay, you have to put some moment, okay, a few minutes to study your visuals. Okay, because if you don't, if you're not able to understand, you're not able to analyze or extract the information from the visual given. Okay, so do not rush things. Study your visuals first. Okay, so for this one, the title is should I skip this class? Wow, boleh gitu ada flowchart gitu. So the title of, sorry, the type of visual for this one is, it's a flowchart. Okay, so normally a flowchart is, when do you decide to use flowchart? You use flowchart when you want to show a certain process. Okay, certain process. Oh, sorry, Atik. Atik, I just saw. Okay, can you open your mic and your camera? I will let you in so that I can, you know, have an update of what's happening over there. Atik, Atik. Oh, Atik. Atik, are you there? I saw that you have already entered the. Never mind. No, because it's good, to have an immediate response. So I will know whether you're having problem to hear me or having problem to uh, see the visuals, the files that I'm sharing. Yeah, I have shared the link as guest on our WhatsApp. If I think it's too shy, maybe someone else. Uh, Come on, this is English class. This is not the place for you to be shy. Yeah? Anyone else is joining? Anyone? Sharik, you joining me? Mardia, how are you? How are you today, Mardia? Did you have your breakfast this morning? I hope you had good rest last night. Okay, I'm just buying some time while waiting for Sharik. Sharik. Hi, Sharik. Sharik, I'm, I'm waiting here. Forbidden one, perhaps for the next class you can change, yeah? Or this is your YouTube channel, eh? So the YouTube channel is Forbidden One. Okay, you definitely will not change the name, right? So Shari, are you on your way here? All right. Hmm. Okay, let me continue. I need to continue here. All right, now what we have here is the guide on how to analyze and interpret non-linear text. Okay, so you would definitely have to analyze, okay, because the information is not given in lines, in sentences, right? So it's in the form of bar, pie chart, percentage, right? So you have to interpret, okay? So you have to look, for example, if you have a bar graph, okay, bar graph, we have to see normally what would you look at? You will look at the highest one, right? The lowest one, okay? And if it's referring to one brand, for example, what brand? Like Toyota, okay? Toyota versus Myvi, okay? So you're going to compare Toyota and Myvi over the years, perhaps, okay? So this is your analysis. You have to analyze. Next, you have to skim through the graph to get a general idea of the information given. Okay, skim through the graph. Highlight the title, labels, and any notes provided. So this is what I mentioned just now. You have to look at the title because you're going to put it into your report writing. Okay, any information that is given in the question, they would normally be valuable for your report writing. Okay. Okay, so this is normally how you go about writing your introduction. Okay, introduction. Okay, Sharik is here. Eh, you okay there? Sharik, we need visual. Open your camera. You're in the class, right?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Can you are you using your mobile phone?
Yes, I'm using my
Can you
mobile.
show can you show a bit of the class? I need to see the faces.
The
All
whole
right.
class.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Sharik, are
Yes.
you guys using your own mobile data?
I'm using Yes, madam.
Yes. You guys
Using
have not
Yes.
registered, eh?
Not
You,
yet, not yet registered.
oh, I think it's better for you to get it done first, lah, that one.
Mm.
Okay, I'll share the manual for that one after the class. Okay,
Okay.
let's get done with
Okay, teacher.
the item first. Okay,
Okay.
Malu, where Sharik? Okay, I'll continue. I'll continue here. Okay, about writing the report.
Okay.
Okay, it can be a bit small, but if you are using your own devices, I think you can look at it very clearly. Okay, when you are trying to understand graphic aids, what you have to do? Identify, right? Just now I mentioned identify. Type of non-linear text, whether it's a graph, bar graph, line graph, chart, diagram, flow chart, identify that. Okay. So what you want to do, you might want to it's going to be online, right? So you have a piece of paper, so you write down it's a bar graph or line graph. Okay, because later you will just transfer to your essay. Okay, read the title of the visual to identify its subject or general content and purpose. Normally the title will give you an idea. Title typically can be sales for company A from 2000 to 2005, for example. Okay, that should be able to give you a general overview of the content, right? And then look at the data of the information, right? Is day, month, year, or ringgit Malaysia? Okay. Sorry, look at the date of the information. Does it involve any particular months, year? Okay, and then read the legends or key. What do the visuals represent? Sometimes if the visuals are simple, legends are not given. Okay, but sometimes when the visuals are a bit complicated, legends will be given for you to understand the visual better. Okay, and then read the labels on slices of a pie chart, X and Y axis, top of columns, and beginning of rows, everything. This is what you do when you are studying the graphic aids. Okay, determine the units I mentioned just now. Look for trends, patterns, and general direction. Okay, if it's a bar graph, right? It's a bar graph. Look at the trends. Trends is something that looks consistent. Okay, so you want to see whether there is an increase or whether it is something stagnant. Okay, something stagnant. This is what we call stagnant, no change. Okay, or is it something that decrease? Okay, it started with very high and then it goes lower and lower, so decrease. Okay, that's another thing that you can do. You can make it more specific by saying whether it is a if it's an increase, is it a sharp increase or is it a gradual increase? Okay, gradual is like it is slowly increase bit by bit. But for a sharp increase, very sharp, meaning from what year 1 to year 2, starting from 5, it goes to 20. Okay, so that is a sharp increase. Okay. Okay, I think I have mentioned this. Okay, accuracy is very important. Yeah, you get your numbers right. This is very important. Okay, do not, put the wrong numbers that will affect your information. Your information is not accurate. For example, if the number is 5 but you write it as 6, so this is definitely wrong. Brevity, be concise and compact. Because you have a certain word count, certain word limit, you cannot write as if you are writing a narrative essay. Narrative essay is you tell stories, right? But for report, no one wishes to read a long report. Benci kan baca report yang panjang. Okay? So you don't actually come up with long reports. Clarity. Your writing must be clear. Okay? If you're talking about item A, mention what's the item. Okay? It must be easily understood. So in that sense, you're not going to use vocabulary that is, quite extended, or language that is not suitable for report writing. Report writing is normally basically very specific. Okay, you don't use ambiguous words. What is ambiguous words? Words that can have double meaning. Okay, so it must be something that is definite. Okay, it's either A or B. Dia tak ada in between. Yeah, right. Okay, and then for report writing, you will also um, learn types of sentences, because this one will actually be evaluated in your report writing. Okay. Um, you have to have a combination of simple, compound, and complex sentences. Okay, this one you will learn later. Okay, so a good report writing is a report that consists of all these three sentences: simple, compound, complex. And in fact, it's not only for report writing, it's for all kinds of writings. Okay, and for grammar items, you have subject verb agreement. Example of subject verb agreement is she walks. What else? Aiman Shakir eats breakfast every morning. So Aiman Shakir is one singular person, right? So Aiman Shakir eats. So singular verb. Singular verb must have S. Alright. What else? Ajit. Ajit Kumar. Ajit Kumar loves to take pictures. Okay. So Ajit Kumar is one person. So I use loves. I don't say laugh. But I can say Aisha and Irfan Sadiq like to watch anime. Okay. Because I have plural subjects. All right. Okay, we'll talk about this in detail later. Comparative adjective is very important because you're going to compare the trend. Maybe you are going to say the the sale for company A, okay, increase dramatically. Okay, so you're going to say increase dramatically. So that is a combination of comparative adjective and superlative adjective. So all these grammar items that I mentioned here, they are actually the important grammar items when you are writing report writing. Okay, and simple present tense, of course, you're going to use sentences like the bar graph shows. Okay, so what tense is used there? Simple present tense, right? Simple past tense, when do you use it? When you want to talk about a certain data referring to a certain date in the past. For example, in year 2000, the sales dropped. D-R-O-P-P-E-D. Dropped. Jatuh, eh? So I'm using simple past tense because I'm referring to a drop that happened in year 2000. Okay, so you need to understand that in your report writing, you may need to jump from simple present to simple past. Okay, meaning that you are not going to consistently use simple present. Tak semestinya. Alright. Okay. Vocabulary. I will supply you with the right vocabulary. Since you are writing report, okay, we will actually use words like a rise, a fall, what else? A fluctuation, what else? A plummet. Okay, so these are all the specific vocabulary that you are going to use in your report. Okay, in terms of organization, okay, report writing is something that has a certain format. Okay, you cannot write according to what you wish. Okay, there's a certain format that you need to follow, which will be evaluated when you submit your report. So you need to ensure that in your essay you have the title. Okay, start with title. You need to have a title. It's part of the format. If you don't write your title, so that means you are not able to get the full marks for organization. Okay, so always remember to put the title. The title is normally the same title that you have for the visual. Okay, and then after the title, you have your introduction. Introduction is where you write the bar graph shows blah 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 blah. So that is your introduction. You need to introduce the visual given in the question. Okay. Concise. Concise is something that is not extended. Ringkas, ringkas. Concise. Okay. Thank you for asking, Sharik. Concise. Because we mentioned report writing, the language must be concise. Compact. Dia tak macam berjela-jela, macam membebel-bebel, mengomel, like blog writing. Anyone writes blog? If you write blogs and you talk about, oh, today I went to the cafe, I saw someone, blah, 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 I saw my crush, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So that is not being concise. In report writing, everything is specific because we have word count, kan? You have word limit. So the bar graph show blah, 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 blah. Okay? The general trend is blah, 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 blah. In year 2000, the sale dropped from blah, 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 blah. Very straight to the point. Orang kata on point lah. Okay. And then you have your analysis. Okay, analysis is the part where you mention, okay, the highest sales for the company was in year 2000, where uh, it rise from $2,000 to $3,000, for example. That is an analysis. Okay. We'll talk about the analysis later. And then you have your conclusion. Conclusion is you just mention again the pattern that you see from the visual. Okay. Right. Okay, that will be it for report writing. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to share with you here. All right. So this one is a table. Table is normally used when um, we don't actually want to do any comparison. You just want to give data to people. Okay. Right. But you use line graph when, okay, you want to see changes, comparison. Okay. Bar graph, the same. And normally for bar graph, if you notice, here, right, there are three different components: R&D, accounting, sales. Okay, this kind of bar graph is a bit complicated because you have to look at the texture, refer to the legend here. Okay, the same color. Okay, what can you tell from here? For R&D, what is the trend? Can someone tell me? R&D, what is the trend? This one is R&D, right? This one, this one, this one, this one. What is the trend? Is it decrease? Is it increase? Is it a fall? Jatuh? Okay, increase. Thank you, Stephen. But is it a dramatic increase? Is it slight increase? Let's say you are not going to count yet, okay? But you only analyze just by looking at the bar graph there. Is it slight or dramatic? Okay, so bear in mind when you analyze, okay, you have to use adjective, adverb. Okay, you can mention there's a slight increase. So when you use slight, you are using adjective. What are other adjectives that you can use? Slight, dramatic, apa lagi? Big, maybe you want to say a big increase, right? What else? A small increase. Okay, so those are adjectives. All right, okay, I have more samples here. Okay, this is also bar graph. Okay, cuma dia lain sikit. This is a pie chart. All right, normally percentage is given. Don't worry, normally we don't require you to do maths to transfer everything into percentage. Percentage will be given straight away in the question, okay? Because this question is not to test you with maths. It's to test you with language skills. Oh, skyrocketing. Which one skyrocketing? Because that is a big word. Okay, when you say skyrocketing, it must show a dramatic increase or dramatic, normally increase lah, skyrocketing. Sebab rocket naik atas kan. Rocket doesn't go down. Okay, so make sure if you want to use skyrocketing, the visual really suits the description. Okay, but if it's simply an increase of maybe 50,000, sorry, 5,000, maybe it's not significant enough for you to use the word skyrocketing. Okay, so the idea is to suit the vocabulary with the right description. Okay, so this is a flow chart. Okay, normally flow chart tells you about a process. Okay, okay, now we are going to talk about trends. Okay, whether this is fall, this is a fall, this is, what is this? This is fluctuate, right? And this is an increase or rise. R-I-S-E, not R-I-C-E, yeah? Okay. Okay, there are a number of verbs that can use to express the trend for each source. Okay, for example, the number of bullying cases fell. Okay, or you can change it into a noun. There was a fall in bullying cases. Okay, so you can see fell and fall, they change, the word form change depending on where you put it in the sentence. Sini dia jadi satu noun. A fall meaning kejatuhan, something like that in Malay, right? Okay, okay, and we have here in the notes for your reference. Okay, so if you use it, if you're going to describe it as verbs, you can use rose, increased, went up, climbed, boomed. Okay, so this one, if you're going to use past tense, simple past tense. Okay, rose is the past for rise, increase, went up, go up, or goes up, climb, boom. Okay, but if you want to put it as nouns, a rise of sales happened in January and continues to happen in February. Or you can say an increase, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so you have to come up with a variety of approach in your report writing. Okay, sometimes you use it as verb, sometimes you use it as nouns. Okay, for this one, for this trend, it's a fell, or it declined, or the sales increase or decrease, dipped, dropped to. Okay, so meaning the sales dip from 1,000 to 5,000. So that's how you present the data. Okay. The sales went down to 5,000 in February as compared to in January. Okay. Slump is also for jatuh. Okay. Or reduced to. Okay. So these are the noun forms. Level out. Remain. Okay. Remain stable, remain steady, stay constant, maintain the same level. So this one you can use, okay, when you are describing this kind of trend or pattern. Ni we call this trend or pattern. This is what you have to study when you look at the visual. All right. For this one, sometimes it's not very clear, kan? It's easy when you have visuals yang clearly shows increase. But sometimes dia ada naik, ada turun, dia naik turun kan? Okay, so fluctuated around. And then kalau you kata peak at, maknanya meaning it reaches the highest level at what? Maybe at 2,000 kilometer, for example. Plateaued. Plateaued ni mana? This is the plateau. Okay, plateaued. Meaning daripada from up going down and then remain plateau. Plateaued at. Okay, stood at. Okay, or there's a movement. Maybe you can say in the first year unemployment stood at berapa and then remain plateaued at, there's a movement because you want to show movement from which year to which year. You can use this. Okay. All right. So this one I mentioned just now, you use adjective, a slight increase. Okay. Just now Stephen used the word skyrocketing kan? Okay, you can use a skyrocketing increase. Okay. Skyrocketing then means an adjective. Right? Okay. Bullying cases fell rapidly last 2 years. Okay, rapidly. Here we are using adverbs. Adverbs are words that describe how things are being done. Macam mana dia jatuh? Jatuh rapidly. Okay, fell rapidly. Okay, so normally ly, these words are adverbs. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Okay, I don't have. Okay, I'm going to post this on your ULearn. Okay, so that you can do this. Hang on. Yeah, this one. Stop sharing. Sekejap. Okay, you can open your ULearn. Open your ULearn. I'm going to upload these notes that comes together with some exercises. All right. Da, da, da. Oh, I think I better. Hang on, I'm uploading. Okay, notes uploaded. Done. Sophie, teaching plan I have uploaded on YouLearn already. Already done. Okay, once you manage to open your YouLearn, okay, you will go through the notes, all right, and do complete this table. Okay, I have purposely blank out the adverbs version, the adjectives version, okay, of the words here. Okay, it's just some kind of just a review lah for you. I don't think these are all new for you, right? You have done adjectives and adverbs before this during secondary school. So this is a review, a revision. Okay, complete these two tables. All right, and then please continue trying out practice one. Very simple. Okay, very simple. We have trend words. Just now we mentioned about vocabulary, right? So these are the words that you need to use. Okay, so based on the words given in the box here, categorize them according to the questions here. Example, okay, let's have a look at number one. Which five verbs mean go up? Which one? Choose five. Okay, and continue. All right. Um, I'll ask you the questions, the answers for this in the next class. Okay. I've given to you the Microsoft Word version, so that means you can edit. Okay, it's not PDF. You can edit. So just make it as your own copy. Yeah, you can scribble, you can write. Okay, it's for your own. Right. Okay, and try out practice two. Okay, we will discuss the answers in the next class. Right? You are given, what is this? This is a line graph, right? So a line graph is given. What is the title? Title is Book Sales from 1990 to 1999. All right. What about the unit or the measurement? So it's in full measurement there, right? So for example, the highest one here is 70,000. All right. So this one is quite clear cut. It's very clear. Okay. What about here on X? You have years starting from 1990 to 1999. All right. So try to fill in the blanks here based on the graphic given here. Study, and then by answering the questions here, you are actually completing analysis of the graphics. Okay, so these are all the analysis. Okay, tadi remember I mentioned when you want to write the report writing, there's a certain format, right? You have to have the title and then intro and then the overview and then the analysis and then the conclusion. Okay, so the analysis part is this part. Okay, so now we are getting you familiar with the ways to write the analysis. Okay, So you will see words like rocketed. What else? Sales of the book apa? Rise, fall. Okay. This is another example. Okay, try this out. Okay, and perhaps just try up to practice 3. Okay, practice 3. So practice 4, save it for later. Okay, only up to practice 3. Okay, I think that should be enough for today, right? I have shared the teaching plan, the notes together with the practice on YouLearn. Attempt it at your own free time. Next class, we're going to discuss, and you may need to write some, some parts of the practice to write some parts of the report writing. Okay? Okay. Any questions so far? Oh, okay. For attendance. Attendance, yeah? Any question? I welcome any questions from the floor. So I'm going to make a simple form for you to complete as your attendance. Today is 13 August. All right. Name. Okay, I'm going to share the link on WhatsApp. Oh my God. Okay, done. No question. All right, I have shared. Please straight away go to the Microsoft form link and fill up the details. It's just your name for me to capture your attendance. Yeah? All right, I think that will be all. So if there's no question, yeah, Sharik, it's only up to practice 3. Okay, practice 4, reserve first. All the information that you give just now will be in YouLearn for revision to us. Yes, I have already put on your YouLearn. Okay, so during your free time, have you actually installed the Moodle app? Moodle app would be easier for you to access your YouLearn, right? Instead of going to the website. Okay, so you can go to Moodle app for easy access to your YouLearn. Okay, uploaded already. If I can share, sikit je I share. Okay, this is the dia gambar I lagi tau. Okay, so I've done a bit of babbling there, membebel sikit, the course outlines. Okay, I have described myself there. I don't need you to introduce yourself because I'll be expecting your video, right? So teaching plan is here. Okay, everything is here. Assessment is already in the teaching plan. Okay, and writing notes, it's here. All right. Okay, I think that will be all. So if there's nothing else, I would end my live streaming session now. All right. Anything we can communicate through WhatsApp. It's already 9:47. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Okay, whatever it is, this video will remain in my YouTube channel. All right, so you can always go back to my YouTube channel. I'll share with you the link later. All right, thank you so much. Have a nice day, and I hope uh, you're fine with our lesson today. All right. All right. Okay, so goodbye. Bye.